Welcome back to the channel. The name of the channel is CAD with Mr. Hugh. And in today's video, we will be looking at two AutoCAD commands. The first one is a trim command, and the next command that we're looking at is a join command, right? So these two um, commands are in the AutoCAD software package. Now, in the previous video, we looked at the intersection of a cylinder and a cone. So perhaps you could visit that video if you're interested to see how we drew the intersection for the cylinder and the cone. Now, we aim to become your favorite AutoCAD resource online, right? So we thank you for joining us, and we'll be moving into the video right now. All right, so good job if you have gotten it, the drawing completed in the plan as shown in my drawing. I'm gonna zoom up so that you can see what I have. All right. So here we have plotted the plan. What I'm gonna do now. So this P shape, peas like peas in a pod, pea that you would eat in rice and peas for those who eat rice and peas in their culture. Now what happened? This part coming around here from here to there. Well, undo. This part coming around here. So this is the P, the intersection. So this part coming around here, here, coming around here, this will be solid. While the part going below here, this part here, would be hidden details, right? Just like how we have here. This is the base of the cylinder, not the cylinder, of the cone. Below the cone, this is the base of the cone in the plan, and the cylinders above it. So this will be in hidden detail. Likewise, here, this part here is below the cone. So this will be in hidden detail. So what I'm gonna do, since the intersection that we have plotted is in one, I'm gonna use a break command to separate it into two parts. So I'm gonna separate it. Just like how I separate this, look, let me show you. See? So this here is a circle, and what I did, it is these two objects. So we have the hidden detail, which is on a different layer, and we have the base of the cone on a different layer. Okay, all right. So this now I'm gonna break it in. Use the break command to break it. So let's go now. So I'm gonna go to what you do, drop down, modify, right? And we come to here. We have two types of break. You have the break with the gap, right, between 2 points, like what is shown here on the screen. And this one is break at a point, right? See? So we're gonna break it at a point. So we're gonna go there. So let's read the instruction. It says, select the object. So I'm gonna select this object. Yes. Then it says specify the breakpoint. So the breakpoint, what I do, you have to turn off object snap so that it does not snap to the grid. You want it snap to the intersection. This intersection may not necessarily be on a grid. So imagine that you have a graph paper and you have a point that's not on one of the corners of the squares on the graph paper, right? So that's the grid. So what I did, I turned off, I press this button down here. See, it says snap on or snap off, or you can press F9 on the keyboard, all right? So I turn off my snap so I can locate the point if it is not on a square on the grid, right? Or if a graph paper, it's not on the one of the corners of the squares on the graph paper. So it's in a point, it's inside a box on a graph paper. All right. So that's why I turn off the snap, right? Because the point might not necessarily be on a corner of a square. All right. If I use the analogy of a graph paper. So I click here now. Good. Look what is gonna happen now. So you see when I select this, see, I have it separated. So I'm gonna repeat the process so that I can get this part now We're gonna break this part. So we're gonna go again. Modify, break at a point. You're gonna read the instruction in the command line. It says select the object. So I'm gonna select the object, which is this, right? Press enter. It says identify the breakpoint, which is right here. This is where the intersection transition from the hidden detail to the solid line at the top of the cone, all right? The top section of the cone. So let's click that, enter. So look now, when I click here, this section will be visible at the top of the cone. And when I click here, see, this will be below the cone, right? Now, if you want it to, this part here, see this two section, if you want it to be one, you can use a join command and join it. So let's do that. So we're gonna type join. See, came up there, right? And what it says now, select the source of it. So I'm gonna click this, enter. Look now, when you click on it now, see, it's now one. You see that? All right, so I introduced you to the break at a point command a while ago and join, right? So this now, let me show you now. So I'm gonna put this now on a hidden detail layer just like this now to prove to you that it is one entity. It is shown as one, but I'm gonna prove to you. Now I made a lot of layers. I didn't need to make so many, but I have many drawings on the same file. So let us look for hidden detail now. So hidden this one. See? So you see that now that's not proof to you that it is now one. So I broke it into two parts and then I join it, right? Now this part now, I'll be showing you the break command. So there are two types of commands, and we'll be using the break command with the gap, right, between 2 points, right? So this one is a break. The break will break 2 points on a selected object, all right? So what we'll be doing, we'll be putting a gap between here, all right? So we're gonna select our break command with the gap. It says select the object, select the object. Then we are gonna tell the computer that we want to indicate the first point. So the first point is there, and the second point is there. So there we have the gap in the selected object. All right, I'm gonna put a gap right here too. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here again and go modify. I'm gonna put another gap, and it says select the object. Then it says select the first. I'm gonna click here to tell it the first point. So the first point is there, and my second point for today is there. All right. So here we have the use of the break command with the gap. There is a gap between the shown for the circle and the line. We have come to the end of today's video. In today's video, we looked at two AutoCAD commands. The first one was the trim command, and the second command that we looked on in this video was a join command, right? So thanks for joining us, and we're looking forward to having you in the next video, which will be covering building drawing. So thanks for joining us on CAD with Mr. Yu, your favorite AutoCAD resource online. Bye. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share.